Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I just wanted to see if I could go a little bit deeper into how I integrate my darkness, and I'll just get right to it. So lately I've been having these feelings of loneliness, not loneliness, that might be the wrong word, but these feelings of like nostalgia coming up, that's a better word. More of these warmer feelings of reflection on my past relationships, because I think a lot of this work that the Kundalini has done in me is about healing all the traumas that I've created for myself and others, and all the traumas I've received, through my co-creation of these toxic relationships throughout my life that have all served me in helping me to wake up a little bit more. So last night, and this happens from time to time, as I am reflecting on the feelings of these old partners I used to have, it'll start with one particular ex-girlfriend, and what happens is this feeling in my consciousness starts where all of the relationships I've ever been in, like this feeling takes that face, like if that makes sense. And it's a really interesting thing. It's like as I heal from one relationship, maybe the most recent one, I can see those energetic links and traumas and wounds connected to every other relationship I've been in. And so all those relationships kind of surface at once in one feeling. And this can like create tears, it can create sadness. There is this element to where you miss them, but you don't miss them in the way like you don't miss that person necessarily. You do in a sense, but you don't like miss them in the way that you want the relationship again. You just wish that you could take your level of consciousness now and your level of self-realization that you have in this moment and have applied it to that relationship. And of course, we needed those relationships to be as self-realized as we are now. And without that pain and that trauma and those toxic relationships, we wouldn't be who we are now. So it's not like a literal thing, but that's the nostalgia part where you look back on those relationships and you look back on your unconsciousness and you are able to bring a real forgiveness and a real sense of acceptance to who you were and how you behaved, and you start having a different type of reflection when you look at your older relationships when you're going through a Kundalini or spiritual healing process. You look at them with gratitude and appreciation rather than any bitterness or any negativity at all. And when you start really opening yourself to healing and learning how to allow emotions to come up, and when you stop suppressing things, the feeling of sadness is really the sweetest, darker emotion. I wouldn't even call sadness a dark emotion personally. Heavy grief, it can be dark for sure. But this melancholy sadness, if you'll just allow that up, it turns into sweetness and this underlying pervading joy, this soft joy. And that's what I was feeling towards all of these old relationships. Just this nostalgic, soft joy towards them, because I just look at them and I see how God was working through us, in bringing us together and in pulling us apart, and all the pain that happened in between. And it can be, and that's the beauty of healing, is you can start transforming your perspectives on your past, and you see that everything is, right on schedule, happening just as it should happen. And it starts to make a lot more sense why things happen the way they did. The more you self-realize and the more you come to know who you really are, the more you start understanding where you've been and why you've been there. And the more you start really understanding why you are where you're at right now. And then, you can start sensing an inevitability about your future, and you can feel into that if you want. I don't like to get too detailed about my future because it's more like I love the spontaneity of it, of life coming through. I love the inspiration. That's really what feels inevitable about my life, is coming to self-realization and then helping others cross that same bridge, and just a life of authenticity and following the next most inspiring thing and facing my fears and walking towards my fears at all times and helping others to face their fears and to open to their fears. All that feels inevitable. Giving from my heart and not being so attached to what I hope to receive from giving, but just to give from a pure place where the act of my genuine and loving giving is all the nourishment that I need. Those things feel inevitable. Now, as far as the details, what's it really matter in a way, right? It's all going to work out. God, the source, your higher self, you're supported. You will be supported. And truthfully, when you start letting go of the fact that when you tap into the knowing that you're an immortal spiritual being having a temporary human experience, you're a lot more able to let go of that fear of survival, because you can see how transitory and fleeting this is, and you can see that it was a choice for you to come here and it's a choice for you to leave, and that this isn't some place where you have to worship fear. This reality, we're not dropped in here as light workers, as healers, as guides, as you don't have to even be any of those. You could just be on the awakening path as a spiritual being. You're not dropped here to worship fear. You're dropped in this reality to help people to let go of fear. You're here to create a new earth, not to play by the rules of the old earth. The old earth is fear. The new earth is of a higher frequency. It's more of acceptance, neutrality, joy, peace, love, courage, So I guess that's what the darkness has really brought up in me today. It's all about, a big part of this is not denying the darkness and not trying to say it shouldn't be or that we should feel more light. Just feel what's there, open to it, and watch it transform your perspectives on who you used to be and who you're becoming and who you are in this moment. And with that, I want to say namaste, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.